He's alive still.
The man goes down, finally taken out by the Zova. In comes the
I can't believe the nightly waste all we'd given, but honestly, you've gotta know that this ain't living, but we could run from Elysium and let it burn, let it burn. You've gotta know that nothing lasts forever. I can't believe myself. I never thought that this would be our end, but it's nothing new. And my lover's honesty, I can push it back down if I have to. If you want me to, 'cause we can run. And we can run. The stars they fall all for you. So tell me now, what's left to lose if we run?
Yo guys, what's up? Everyone's struggle side Streamlab. Hello Headphone bro, hello Nepali gaming Robin. Hyperbro के साल खबर Headphone bro. If you want to support the Discord, I'm to the channel and so on myself. It's the link of Discord. इसको के भयो हैन आएर एक जनालाई सब्स्क्राइब गर भन्नु भन्दा हामीसँग टचमा बस्नु हैन हामी आफ्नो ग्रुप लिएर आउँछु के हेर्नलाई लाइभ गर्नु हैन जस्ट अहिले चाहिँ जस्ट के गर्नु पर्यो भने आफ्नो हार्ड वर्क देखाउनु पर्छ के तिम्रो अराउन्ड 500 सब्स्क्राइबर तिम्रो जस्तो पनि तेरो हुन्छ नि जेले पनि पुऱ्याउने हैन त्यसपछि भनेको अनि अरू युट्युबरहरूले हेल्प गर्ने हो के फर्स्टमै अब स्ट्रिम गर्न छोडेर हैन त्यसले सपोर्ट गर भन्नु हुँदैन कि आफ्नो स्क्वाड बनाऊ हैन राम्रो गेम प्ले खेल हैन हामी सपोर्ट गर्नु त हुन्छ नि छोड्ने मेरो पनि भर्खर 1k पुग्यो हो हैन इट्स नट अ बिग डिल है भर्खर ठुलो युट्युबर हैन म सानै हो हैन डिस्कर्ड टाइप गर्न आउँछ है नेपाली गेमिङ प्रवीण ब्रो हामीसँग टचमा बस्नु है डिस्कर्डमा हामीलाई फलो गर्नु होइन लाइभमा आइराख्नु यसरी होइन हामी ग्रुपै लिएर आउँछु कि एउटा दुईवटा मान्छेलाई यहाँ मेरो धेरै भ्युवर्स पनि हुँदैन होइन एउटा दुईवटा मान्छेलाई पुरा सब्सक्राइब गर भनेर त्यस्तो गर्नु सक्दा तिमीलाई पनि रमाइलो हुन्छ नि होइन एकचोटि 10-15 जना आयो भने Road low, right? It's out. It's out. Something made by the system right now. Msi vai pro OP, que volta essa dele. Ah, mas só foi nilo que era. Sabe o problema disso agora? So then guys, so let's watch Pmco together. Apno amatira like support going right. Oh, 어쩔 거 보내봐. Para copyright and enter ones. I just go to it so 1 minute. Oh, okay, bro. Okay. So 1 minute by guys, around 50 seconds, 49 seconds by this side. So I don't know, I'm first time guys here this show, na. Pmco, I'm sorry to see matches, na. So let's watch together, eh? Please like like so guys, eh? I need one more subscriber for 1.22k subscribers, eh? So please take them subscribe and subscribe to them. Mobile Legend installed successfully. So say, oh, okay. So we are to our cinema.
भाई वीवो मैं हूँ 8-bit थग अनिमेश अग्रवाल और मेरे साथ है स्पार्की भाई एंड अब हम लोग सीधे जाएंगे विकेट में स्पार्की भाई क्या
बोलिए
एरेंगल मैच तभी हो गया था बहुत ही प्यारा मैच था स्पार्क गेम ने उधर सेकंड ईयर लेके गया है एंड आई थिंक 12 किल्स था ना उन लोगों
का 12 किल्स था एंड उसमें स्काउट ने 6 किल निकाला था, जो सबसे बड़ी टॉकिंग पॉइंट रहेगी। एट द सेम टाइम मेगा के शायद फाइनल बॉस ने 6 किल निकाला था, जो कि काफी टॉकिंग पॉइंट है। देखिए कल हमने देखा ऑरेंज रॉक के सारे प्लेयर्स के हिसाब से किल्स निकाल रहे थे, आज यहाँ पे स्काउट किल निकाल रहे हैं, वहाँ पे आपका फाइनल बॉस किल निकाल रहे हैं। अगर इन दोनों के टीममेट्स भी उतने ही लेवल पे किल निकाल पाए तो ये टीम जितना आगे कल हमने जो मेगा ऑरेंज रॉक का जो परफॉर्मेंस देखा, वैसा ही हम इनका पॉइंट्स का एक पुश दे सकते हैं, उस जिसके बाद इनको रोकना बहुत ही मुश्किल होगा। तो आई एम बैंकिंग की अब जहाँ पे स्काउट पूरे फॉर्म में है, कल हमने परसों हमने देखा था रौनक वहाँ पे फॉर्म में था, तो अब अगर बाकी के टीम में यहाँ पे स्टेप अप करते हैं तो
इंग्लिश वाला लगा, इंग्लिश वाला को मेरा लिंक था वो है।
साथ ही साथ मैं यहाँ पे मेंशन करना चाहूंगा आरआईपी टीम को। आरआईपी टीम ने हमने देखा था 8 किल के साथ उन लोग बैठे थे, ऑल्दो जल्दी मर गए, पर उनका जो स्ट्रेटेजी
इसकी मैं छैन त ल
आज जो क्रूशियल किल पॉइंट्स होंगे उसके कारण
दिस इज वर्क
on the terrain-based play, so they have now got that skill set as well coming in across the board, as we saw in that previous game. They're a little bit more used to that, but when they can go back to those basics, when they can go back to those compound styles, then it's going to be great. What we're also going to see is a little bit more SMG play, right?
Indeed.
Micro Uzis abound. We're going to see the vectors starting to come out, potentially the UMPs, but in general you want the higher rate of fire than the other two offer. And with the compound style of play, you want close range, and at that range, 9mm is king. Getting the fire down is all about, it works what everything's about.
Indeed, if you don't want to miss one of those amazing SMG plays that we're about to see, definitely subscribe to the YouTube PUBG Mobile esports channel. Smash that like button too. And if you also want to play some PUBG Mobile, get one of those SMGs in your hand, you can download the game on the Google Play App Store as well as the iOS App Store as well.
Yeah, if you want to end up here one day playing with the big dogs, then you can get your hands on it and have a go. See if you've got what it takes.
Yeah, everyone's got to be a puppy at some point, guys.
I was never a puppy. I came out.
You were just like immediately.
I was born and instantly I was a pro for it. You know, 4 fingers. Ready to go.
8 fingers all at once. Yeah.
You just transcend and become a deity.
Anyway, here we have our scores for that last game of the Xbox there with 12 points. Megastars coming in second with 24 with a whopping 10 kills to boot as well. And there is Reckoning in third despite
अनके आजको को टीम छ त्यसमा हेर न भन्छ मिनिमाइज गरेर डिस्क्रिप्सनमा हेर त
र्याङ्क देखाइरहेछ हैन एक्सपर्ट क्वालिटी चिकन डिनर
त्यही यो भिडियोको यो PMCO लाइभको डिस्क्रिप्सनमा हेर न देखाउँछ के त्यो
हाइप गर्छ हाम्रो नेपाली हो नि एउटा त्यो नम्बरमा हैन ऑरेंज रॉक होने को हो बे
ऑरेंज रॉक ले दामी खेल्यो नि हिजो
नेपाली हो र
हैन नेपाली हैन
ए एलिमेंट्रिक्स नम्बर 8 मा गर्छ अहिले चार गेम खेलेर
किल को पॉइंट ऑरेंज रॉक को किल पॉइंट हेर न
2.49 49 points हुँदै धेरै हुने
अनि हिजो 17 किल चिकन डिनर खाएको नि त नि थर्ड गेम आइतरले
सोल्टी स्क्वाड त 14 मा रहेछ यार हाम्रो सोल्टी स्क्वाड चाहिँ तल बसेको छ
टीडीपी हेरु नि आउँछ अरे 30 मा
हाइप त 31 मा रहेछ सोल हेर न 28 मा छ हाइड्रा 27 मा
टीडीपी 20 टीडीपी 20
केही बुझ्दैन फर्स्ट टाइम हेरिरहेको म त्यसरी संगीत गेमिङ हाई ब्रो व्हाट्स अप वेलकम टु द स्ट्रीम
तिमीले हिजो हेरेन है
हिजो हेरेन नि
हिजो फर्स्ट गेम जित्यो थियो एलिमेंट्रिक्सले सेकेन्ड गेम जित्यो टीडीपीले बन्द गर्नु
Consistency, we'll have to wait and see if they're able to repeat that performance. I have every confidence that they will do, but it is a question of maintaining that mental fortitude, that staying a little bit
Well,
humble,
again,
potentially, you know, making sure that
Razer's
you
OP
aren't
again.
sort of getting a little bit big for your boots. Like, we won 2 games in a row with like 50 million
Whoa.
kills
Yeah, exactly.
on each one. So, you know, we're the big names on campus now. No, you need to play it cool and make sure that
Oh,
you look
popcorn
at
popcorn
what you
new
potentially
खाना
could have
खाना
played
खाना
even
खाना
better,
सब
because
new
if
है
you don't
सब
wipe
ये
the
सब
entire
new
lobby
है
and win the
है
game, then you can always
There's
improve.
improvement. All right, John says you need to kill all. If or buts.
If you aren't getting 80 points a game, what's even the point?
What's the point? What's the point? One thing that's quite interesting about Vikendi for us as we head into it is that what we've seen so far from the South Asian region, excellent rotations. All around, now that we've seen both A and B
We
and
joined
C,
this
D
tournament,
groups,
yep,
we
I'm
know
like,
all these teams, they are
qualifying.
fairly good. Even the teams towards the bottom are pretty good at the rotations in general. Now, we have so many compounds available to you on Vikendi, it becomes quite difficult to traverse via vehicle as well because some of the ground is a little bit iffy, but what I'm expecting to see around about 63, 64 players alive as we come into phase 2 and 3 and potentially even phase 4, because there's so much security that's provided by playing in these buildings because of the third person perspective. You're able to just hold in the corner, watch those windows and walls, and then the firefights are going to come into effect much later on.
Yeah, I mean, what you'll see probably around to about that phase, sure. After that, what we're more than likely going to see is a lot of scouting play coming on, which does actually whittle down the numbers of players relatively significantly, as you see teams trying to figure out which compounds are occupied, which compounds aren't, because you're essentially trying to link compounds on your rotations at that stage. So if you're sending a player out, if someone's there, sometimes they are going to go down, right? So we're going to see a lot of teams start to go down to 3, 2 players once we hit phase 4, phase 5.
Sometimes a necessary sacrifice, though. You have to send someone
It's
forward.
better to lose one than all 4.
Absolutely. So you send someone forward, obviously get a bit of that intel provided for you. I could never do that myself. I go forward, I just get shot, and I'm like, where do they get shot from? So these players, they just know. They just know.
Well, you know, they've got a little bit of game sense, and apparently able to apply it. I'm not trying to say anything.
Oh,
you can read into it what you will,
right,
but you know,
enough.
I'm not taking any responsibility for your own inferences.
So here we are on Vikendi once again. This is definitely an interesting map to say the least. I mean, we watched a couple of scrims. Well, I was watching a couple of scrims, and a lot of teams like surrounding the castle a lot of times, waiting to make the rotations through there, which I found fairly interesting. Perhaps to see something different. Very easily plane path available to us right now, which will be coming on your screens very shortly, down from that northern side all the way down to Milner. What do you make of this? John?
A lot of actually very popular locations are going to be zoned away. I mean, you've got Goroka, Dobro Mesto as well. Pretty difficult to get to, even up to Portland. Going on that way is very difficult, but you've still got quite a lot of opportunities to go to Cosmodrome, to go to Cement Factory, and all of those locations in the sort of southwestern quadrant of this map. So everybody should be able to find their place. Of course, this is the first time that these players will be playing on Vikendi. So we've seen them play Erangel before, we've seen them play Miramar before as well. So those two maps will be a little bit more familiar to them in this current tournament meta. But over on Vikendi, it's new. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new drop for everyone.
Yeah, so pretty much the only data that these teams have on each other is basically, well, who plays edge, who plays center, who's playing a bit more aggressive, who's playing passive. Whoa, okay. The Dino Park circle immediately popped very much
every time
southwesterly here. We always want to see the Dino Park. Dino Park is fun. That is where it's at. We haven't actually seen a proper Dino Park finish as of yet, though, have we, John?
No, I haven't seen one so far in PUBG Mobile.
It's a little maze in the middle, which is very fun.
Every time the circle goes like this, it's baited me. So I don't trust it just yet, but I'm really happy to see that it's still available. Would be great fun to see people running around the maze, running around some of those big old dinos, and get a little bit of a paleontology on it.
Look at this, Mega X, fully in white gear right now, trying to blend in with the snow. Basically a budget ghillie suit here. Payne currently have eyes on Team RG, Team KO over that side. Team KO taking some pretty aggressive landing spots, despite just last game basically losing a player almost immediately.
Yeah, they are not going to let that phase them, however. Teams are starting to land. You've got Blind over in Trevno. Over on the northeastern side, just south of Peshkova as well, you've got MSX, who will need to make their rotation. A lot of teams over towards the south as well. Volnova occupied by Mega X, and Polyhony just outside it to the east might look to go for it, but there's a little bit of a scuffle going on.
ETG Brawlers, Frost will take that kill for him. Team RG, mainly just sticking on this southern side of the compound right now. Ivan a little bit forward. I really like the position from Ivan. He'll provide a lot of info to the team. Exactly what Pain are actually getting up to right now. Evoke pretty undergeared though, unfortunately. Take a look at the map. Blind still not making their way down. MSX already making that very much coastally rotation clockwise down towards NHN. And a big clump of teams going towards where Castle is located. Probably will be rotating through Villa.
A nice pick up there for Hype, although they are 3 to a vehicle, and looks like they're going to be going for 4 to a vehicle, which is not great. They have found themselves a second Darcy. Okay, I'm happy with that. It's early doors, so they are still just finding those vehicles and trying to get it done. So I'm okay with this. Normally, I do flame teams for trying to stack up in a car, but they are actually actively searching for those vehicles. So, you know, all is forgiven in this situation.
Yeah, they're good students of Sensei John Allen.
Absolutely. Well, Shifu John Allen.
Sifu. Nice.
Yeah,
Team Destroyers pretty happy on the southern coast down here. 8-bit also in the circle too, but X-Pac somehow they are magnetized towards that eastern side of the western side of the circle there, but they're very happy down there for the time being, just surrounding around Dino Park.
Blind still yet to make the rotation. These rotations actually from the north are pretty easy. The Frozen River offering a lot of crossing potential. As long as you have a vehicle, it's a lot of open ground, so it is tricky, but you can just razz it straight across and get to some decent cover if you choose the right crossing point. So getting over there shouldn't be too hard. The circle not quite yet starting to even think about closing, so we should just be fine to get on in. And actually, the density of these teams could be pretty high. With the style of play, with the compounds available, you'll see a lot of teams very, very close to each other, but not able to take each other down. So what I'm expecting is that a lot of helmets are going to get popped off by a couple of sniper shots. A lot of damage done that way, but not actually that many kills.
I think probably the safest rotation for a lot of these teams right now is to move through Dobromesto, move down towards the coast side. That would probably be the smartest play for a lot of these teams right now. It'd be very, very safe, but you'd have to pass over by Zabaya, Kitchas as well. So it's a bit of a risky rotation for yourself, because you have to spend a lot of time potentially out in the blue before you come in. By that time, people will be watching for teams emerging from that blue side.
This is a sort of standard standoff you'll see over on Vikendi. You've got Rip, you've got Synergy, just over the way. They may know that each other are there, they may not, but they're going to be there again. A similar thing with Team KO and Xbox. I imagine that the information is there for both of these squads. Certainly if they mount up on the vehicle, they'll know, but not quite able to find the shots, and crashing in is just overly dangerous, especially when there's 16 teams still remaining. You lose so much for just losing out on one of those fights.
Yeah, and the terrain is so vicious on Vikendi as well. It's very hard to crash anywhere because you're more than likely going to hit a bump or a weird part of the compound where your vehicle just goes off into space and you become a team part of NASA instead of playing PUBG Mobile, and you really, really don't want that whatsoever. You want to continue playing Pmco. That's what you signed up for, at least.
Yeah, not to the moon. Don't want to be going there. Not quite yet, anyway. That'd be cool, having a moon map.
That would be
a little bit of low gravity.
Yeah, it would be cool, John. I don't know.
It would be entirely terrain-based. Maybe it's set in the future.
Potentially.
Yeah, there we go, where there's a couple of...
everyone in spacesuits.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be pretty cool. No, because it would be inside like a... Oh, that would be... instead of the blue, it would be the air. Oh, man, and then you'd suffocate outside of... That would be really cool. I'm going to get on the phone to play.
Yeah, nice. Get on the phone to him. I know you got him on speed dial, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Destroyers, really taking some pot shots.
Got a great
I believe in Rambo Kerala.
PUBG Mobile. Sorry, yeah, sorry.
You sent that now?
Yeah, sent
that all gone off. Nice. Hype currently onto Synergy.
Elementary
Taking a lot of shots, very accurate shots coming out from Total there and Nixon, but Snake pretty much immediately rattled down there. Schreider saw him do a lot of work yesterday, not quite able to move it through now, does get flushed out, so Synergy are losing players by the second.
Not going to be too happy with that, of course, rattling off those shots early. This is what you suffer when you go for the crash. It's really difficult to try and maintain it, especially if you aren't super sure of the location of where the enemy team is. and you end up leaving one alive. Abu has to run away, tail between his legs.
He should have been dead though. He should have been dead. The pan blocked 2 shots.
It's a very good. It's level 4 armor.
Level 4 armor, 2 shots just plinked off the pan there. Retribution. Counting their lucky stars, obviously, well, I mean, they're not too many lucky stars. They did lose 3 of their players, so it's just 1 star in the sky, and they're like, I know you still got my back, mate.
Just the one for now. But Hype, they've managed to pick up 3 kills, so a nice start for them. Hold down the compound, get a couple of vehicles as well.
Retribution actually pulling up close to them now. Remember, Vikendi, a very small map, third party super available to them.
What you will see a little bit as well of Vikendi is teams going very, very central in the compounds that they opt to push towards. This is because you don't want to leave compounds. You want to try and stay in the circle as long as possible, and every compound that is closer to the center is more likely to be in the next circle as well. So having a position there means that you can stay where you are for longer, remove any risk of having to go for another rotation, because that is where you are vulnerable.
Now, MegaX Encore, looking like the scout here, just passing by Hype. Hype take a couple of shots. Gurkha also very, very far forward. So many teams just coalescing around this area. Encore's vehicle, damage, does not want to have that blow up in his face.
Not just yet, anyway. If you blow it up in front of you, you can provide cover, but vehicle's super important for these rotations, for these crashes over on Vikendi.
Still Vikendi quite small. You still make the traverse on foot, but right now going to this circle, as it is so much southerly on that western side, they definitely want it. Team RG with a cheeky shot there onto Viper.
That's 2 downs as well for Pain, and the teammates aren't anywhere nearby. They might just be able to confirm this, and certainly they'll be able to guard them. Looks like they are going to spot one out. Viper is probably going to go down here, already taking quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, I don't think he can make the shot. He pulled that, he was like, these hindsights just aren't good for the job. And that will be.
He's picked up. He's got the Vector instead.
Yeah, Vector you can whack a pretty long sight on it, surprisingly, for an SMG. Really scarily accurate as well, especially on PUBG Mobile.
Yeah, it is nice to see, and that's what we're seeing more as well. SMGs come into play. It's highly effective in the compound style. Everyone's going to be looking to maybe pick them up. The G36 as well, a dominant weapon on PUBG Mobile in this map. Of course, it's unique to Vikendi. They are going to be able to find it out. Team RG, again, picking up another kill. So 2 against Pain.
Probably one of the most satisfying sounding guns in the game as well.
I would agree with that. Yeah. I think that it's a really...
got a lot of oomph to it.
Yeah, definitely. It's not... Well, I wouldn't say oomph. I think it's got the right amount of oomph. It's not got a lot, but it's got the right amount, and it's got a little bit of a satisfying... I don't know, after... Yeah. It's got a crunch.
It's a strange... Oh, we should... an ASMR PUBG Mobile Guns channel.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I think we could go for that. What would be? Do you think the G36?
Do you want to just text player on that, please?
No, you said.
एलिमेंट से खेलेगा यार मैं तो लोग के इतनी कम उसमें बने के भाई
अरु के हैन नेपाली चाहिँ टक्क लाएर ल्यान्डमा खेल्न जानु पर्यो
ल्यान्डमा खेल्न जान सक्नु पर्छ त्यति हो के
Sorry, boss.
We'll get on with it. 8-bit, they have got that compound to themselves. It's really, really very central to the circle, as we were talking about. Those compounds central is king. That's what you want to see. Xpg as well, a little bit over towards the northwestern side, but they are spread out a little bit along the coast. Of course, with the amount of water in the circle, it does change things up just a little bit. GG Brawlers trying to move on in as the circle is about to close. Of course, the second circle as well, keeping Dino Park in it, which I'm happy to see. Might be able to see
I
mean, it's all we've ever wanted at the end of the day. Like,
I know classic killer day. I mean, the last one, room killing go. Last one, so the one is over there.
त्यही त भने अब रुम खेल्नु क्लासिक पोजिसन सुट प्रोग्राममा 50 टाइममा खेल्ने भनेको
Well, अब हामीले नदेख्नु भएर क्या teams really looking to avoid a rave with any other teams dropping in on them.
Oh yeah.
No one else is invited to their competition.
There is quite a few warehouses here, but people tend to not try and get together there because warehouses don't provide the best cover.
Plus that's illegal.
Yeah, very much so.
So don't do that.
Don't do that at all. That is unacceptable. Snacks now just taking the fight versus Hype. Versus Hype, NEXX have been here for quite a while. The problem for them is like moving up to Hype has been very, very difficult. So there's a little bit of hard cover as on the way up in terms of rocks and trees. But
Hype snake has your name pick it up. Key number 5 snake रहेगा. Total रहेगा.
Really quite happy. Currently though, they're keeping eyes on everything. NLR2 has been in the water for a very long time. Should someone tell him that he might get hypothermia, because that tends to be quite
एउटा
an awful lot.
पानी में
Where is that? Is that in Milner? Okay,
and
it's right on the south.
He's been doing this for quite a while.
स्विमिङ खेलेर
He's
You would have thought
He's getting the breaststroke.
लाखे
yeah,
ओपी
front
रहेछ
crawl might be a little bit
डिस्कनेक्ट
easier.
It's quite an angle.
It's quite
एनएल आर2 रे माफिया
Onto the
निन्जा
destroyer.
nice.
Might be able to gather the info there.
Those boots look really heavy as well.
I don't think you'd be able to swim in them. Do you
No,
think?
I think
You wouldn't.
You just sink.
You would just sink.
Yeah.
It's not the ideal attire for going for a cold swim.
He is making sure that he's ducking under when he can to prevent as much.
Not a lot of rotations happen. Can we look at something else, please?
Yeah.
There we go. There's not a lot of rotations happening now as everyone has sort of found their central position. Megastars, Pain will have to rotate in and
Look at this poor guy.
potentially Blind as well need to move. MSX to boot.
After the poor beginnings he's had, now he's just resigned himself to a corner. Oh dear, poor man. Poor man.
He's just
SGE भनेको कुन टिम हो?
it's all gonna be okay.
It's gonna end in Dino Park. I'm gonna have a good time, even if I go down in 16.
I'll be able to see a Stegosaurus.
Hell yeah! Everybody knows Stegosauruses are really cool.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
My favorite dinosaur?
Yeah.
Probably a raptor. To be honest with you.
Do you think?
Did you know that the raptors they look nothing like in the movie? They had like a load of
Feathers, yeah.
feathers all over them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just really terrifying birds.
It is pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
To be fair, birds are already terrifying.
Yeah, pigeon flew at me the other day. I try. For some reason, my body immediately reacted as if I was getting hit by a boxer. I like straight to the side. I was.
You nearly needed a change of trousers.
Almost. It came around my face.
Well, yeah.
It had like some sort of vendetta with me. I had a problem.
Maybe it's trying to land in your bird's nest
Potentially.
on top of your head.
That's mean. I just got a haircut.
I know, but you hadn't then.
Whoa! You went straight in.
But you hadn't then.
That's true. It did look like a bit of a bomb. Team KO are currently just looking down at the retribution. Vashu.
Circle keeps Dino Park in.
Yeah, Vashu still. He's not moved an inch. He's just chilling. Oh, I feel so sorry for him. Actually, I wonder if he's just on the phone.
He's just having. He's just.
Might
Yeah.
be
He's just
taking
ringing up.
an important phone
He's
call.
No, look,
Mum, I'm
he's-
playing in the PMCO, please. Like, I need to get back to this.
I think he might be ordering some food.
Potentially. I mean, he's got a while to wait before.
Although
he has
to be
do
fair,
anything.
delivering to that location, the delivery driver that makes that, I would
like, I
would
can't-
tip them so much.
I can't make that kind of rotation. I'm going to have to cancel your order.
That's a £5 charge.
for a Team Xbox caliber rotation.
Or what's that? I think that's a.
It's a tenner.
I'm trying to think of it in rupees.
I don't know.
I think they're I can't remember the exact conversion rate.
Get the conversion rate up,
I will not.
please.
No. But
Pull
all
it
of
up,
these teams
Jamie.
that did take a central compound earlier on, they are reaping the rewards for it. They are still safe. They are still okay. At the moment, ET Brawlers, my favorite team now, because they are holding Dino Park.
Are you gonna hold them? Are you gonna hold it to that?
Absolutely.
Retribution currently taking a couple of shots there. Team KO, despite not looking too great on the leaderboard, it seems that Manu's actually got a pretty good bead on the team. Nice shots coming out from him.
Only six players gone down so far. Rip do take a knock, though.
Mm-hmm.
They are right out on the western side. They do need to make a little bit of a faster rotation. They're surrounded by Xspark as well, one of the best teams moving into this group.
They are quite split though. Paratosh still making his way up the coastal side. So currently Xspark are really only looking at having 3 players away, very, very far away from the team, making a really long rotation.
So this is the scouting plays that we were looking at seeing towards the 3rd, 4th phases even. He's just going to be gathering the intel, telling his team where is potentially open for them. Oasis will go down, but he's gathered the intel in time as well. So, you know, they do lose the player, but they gain a lot of information about where there are other teams.
And really, the path that he took, you couldn't see it on your screen right there, but the path he took was straight, basically a straight shot from the coastal side, just beneath Vihar, straight down to Milner. So basically, it looks like Xbox rotation ideas is probably to just move down the coast. So as long as they know where everyone is hanging out, they should be quite okay. But Paratosh, I really do think he needs to start thinking about getting back to his team. He is split off by RIP currently, but it is Megastars over here looking to take the shots onto Team KO. Just using the Timber currently as a bit of cover available to both of them. Wood's surprisingly strong, stronger than Kevlar apparently. Out comes the Molotov, though. That
Molotov.
is not good for the wood.
Ooh.
A lot of damage coming through. The guy's bloody on fire.
He's
Needs
still
to heal
burning.
up quickly. There we go.
Oh, one more tick would have done it if he hadn't moved in time. I would have been able to take him down, but that's a lot of damage. That's going to soak up some meds, so nicely done there to try and get a little bit of power. Now we're going to see teams start to try and vie for the same compounds, and this is where crashing is going to start to come in. You can see on the back of Kisley, he's got the Bison, actually. That's a huge magazine, and is great for multiple players pushing onto the same location. If you're able to land the headshots, then fantastic. Great, you're onto a winner.
Very much a suppressing fire type of weapon. It doesn't do the most damage, but like you say, John, a lot of a high magazine means you can continue to suppress a team for a very, very long time
Guess
as
what?
just a single player.
Dino Park is still in the next circle.
Yes!
It's still going to go. Still potential to go there, and ETG Brawlers can remain if they so choose. Pain might try to move in, though. They are on the outside there. They were over towards Tovar. They'll have to move a little bit southwest as the next rotation comes in. Everybody moving in, and again, not many rotations starting to come out because of that central style.
Absolutely no one on this eastern side towards Abbey and Tovar, so no one's moving through currently. For some reason, when John's just pointing out that when I point towards the map, I tend to seem like a bit of a weatherman. Very, very weird.
I wouldn't say weatherman.
No?
No.
Poor man's weatherman?
I'll figure it out eventually. I'll get back to you.
Vashu, still here behind the door. Only a motorcycle helmet, so...
Well, he hasn't been looting since right at the start.
I think he's just looking for that placement point, really.
Yeah, Nepali Honi, they've made a start to a rotation. Actually moving a little bit further out of the circle to try and regroup with the rest of their squad. Xparker need to push in as well, but they've got two teams right in front of them.
The Team KO know exactly where they're coming from as well, setting themselves up to be in a position to just flank them. Currently, Team Xpark know that they just want to get out of there, drop in the vehicle. They know where the team is now. They can move out towards this next compound, which is completely uninhabited. So this is going to be an excellent position for them. Unfortunately, it's not in the circle. This is exactly what we predicted at the beginning, is that many, many players remaining in Phase 4, all 16 teams still alive.
We'll have to see if they can handle it, you know? It's pretty tricky to find a compound at this stage, so if you haven't claimed one early, which is what we said before, gone central, taken a spot, a lot of these teams, they haven't moved for at least 3 phases, right? That's the power of having a central zone, of having a central compound in the zone, sorry.
Pain look like have moved down to ETG Brawlers. Bought themselves a ticket for Dino Park. ETG Brawlers want the Dino Park for themselves, so looking to evict them from the premises.
Come on, the Northern Shift. That's what we're praying for. Keep Dino Park in it.
Slam that in chat, boys. Pray for Dino Park. NEXX currently directly in the center, just chilling out.
If the circle doesn't go to Dino Park, I want massive Fs just completely everywhere. Just F in chat if it doesn't shift north. Because, quite frankly, it's thoroughly disappointing. Oh, no. It's got a little bit of it in, so I'll still count that, I think.
That's like a half.
I think I'll still count that.
A half.
Only some Fs.
Yeah.
A little bit of F.
Just eyes in chat, basically.
Yeah, just or E's.
Just E's.
Not quite.
Yeah, it's not
E's
quite,
in chat,
not quite enough. Team Xpert will manage to make that clockwise rotation towards the northern side and just plant themselves in that way. Not many compounds at all in this last circle, though, so this is going to... It's going to crunch a lot of teams. A lot of teams are about to go down. Things are about to get messy.
Rotations have to come in from about 7 to 8 teams here. Try and find a spot. But NEXX actually should be pretty happy with their spot. It looks like they've got 2 compounds locked down. Nepali Honi looks like they're right on the edge of the zone. They have a hillside as well, which can be very, very powerful at controlling those entranceways.
A nasty headshot there. Barely survives. Has to leave. NLR2 also has to make the rotation with a little bit of practice. That's time on disconnect, but can't quite connect the last
Pmco rather nicely. The push has to come through now. The zone will start to crunch on in. Everyone has to start to leave some buildings. There will be a lot of teams that will not be able to play a compound now. There aren't enough remaining into the next circle, so they will have to start to play terrain. Although some teams could try and share a compound, and we're seeing that sort of outside the zone here with Mega and Team KO. Disengage from here, but Xpark are out on the hillside, and Team KO might have spotted them.
Yeah, VSS and a micro Uzi, not the best of equipment available to him. RIP taking down Blind on the top side. This is exactly what I meant earlier, John. Things are starting to get a little bit messy. Retribution now chiming into Xbox quite quickly. Just take a position behind the hillside there. They want to make sure they've got as much cover as possible. Nepali have got a really good position up here, but a Molotov makes it all the way to the top. That's really, really tough business for them. And Megastar's right behind them.
Blind taking heavy casualties as well. Xbox take a knock as these rotations do start to crunch in.
That was Vashu. Just single player from Synergy E actually backstabs Team Xbox.
Well, he gets one knock. How much more is he going to be able to get? That's the question, right? They should be able to get back and res that one out as Vashu has to make the push straight into the enemy. He's just shots on. They will know where he's coming from.
Circle about to pop. Goes pretty much right on top of MX here.
F's for Dino Park. F's for Dino Park. But yeah, Mega X, again, really, really happy with this circle. The pushes from the west, though, they are going to be brutal. Ronak goes down as well as Team KO start to chime in the fight.
Yeah, Scout also probably very quickly next. Vashu now gone from Paratosh. But it is Retribution who have eyes on Team KO, ready to third party this fight. Pry the hands of Team KO away from Team Xbox for the time being.
Sorry, side notes
looking like they want to make this rotation towards the clockwise side and moving from the northern area. Megastar's still trying to make their way up this mountain though. It's going to be very difficult. Currently Nepali have got a really strong hold on it despite the
Xbox have got Scout into the zone now. Paratosh looking to try and bring up the rear, but he's taking a little bit of a fight on the back with Team KO. Team KO have to move. They are the ones at risk. Paratosh is closer to the circle. They have to leave, and you've got Retribution and Nepali Honi all looking that way as well, but they all have to make that rotation as well. They have to start to shimmy over the mountain.
Now, NLR2 getting a little bit of scouting out there. Sky going down from ETG Brawlers. MegaX starting to also lay the hurt in. NLR2. He does turn his back at the wrong time. Swings around immediately, gets the spray through. Does he survive? I don't think he does. Does go down. No bullets left in the mag there, John.
Not quite able to get it done, but he did get one knock in the meantime as these pushes now starting to become all the more difficult. Paratosh getting back up from Scout as Scout rotates out of the circle. Megastars trying to hold it down as Nepali get dismounted from the top of the mountain. Two players have managed to escape, however, as they move their way towards the circle. Everybody over on the southern side starting to crunch in, as well as Rip come down and they go tumbling. Brawlers as well. They found themselves in the circle. Team RG have a little bit of a foothold towards the south as it is absolute chaos on this rotation.
Megastar is currently securing a lot of kill points here as well from teams in the distance. Final Boss did a really good job there despite getting the third party peak from Nepali. He has survived and is now moving in. Really, really well done to him, but he is the last member alive now. Retribution currently holding down a single compound. Grenade could prove deadly to them. There's a Molotov onto a niche. Blind also taking casualty there. Believe that they may have gone out. Megastar's in 15th.
A lot of players now starting to crash into each other. This is where the SMGs will start to rattle off. You can see a couple of AKMs as well. The G36s, I imagine, will be coming in. But there's actually ETG Brawlers with a mini as well, still going for that one as the push comes on through. 8-bit still in the running on the southern side of the circle. The next circle will pop. It will go a little bit westernly, but it's okay for a lot of these teams remaining. However, nobody really has control of this next circle. It's all for the taking.
Cheeky nade there from Curio. Retribution. Maximus X now down in 12. Look at that, we're only seeing 12, but already only 9 teams remaining. ETG Brawlers all going out as well. In 10th there. Scout goes down to a knock. One player remaining on Team Xbox.
Paratosh will echo it back onto Team KO and should be able to go for the res as well.
Really, a lot of these teams here just looking for that 5th to 1st place. That is exactly where you want to be to get some of those points in. Keep yourself on that leaderboard for a little bit longer. Currently, Retribution got such a strong spot in this circle with this compound to provide cover for themselves.
Yeah, Yeah, we are out of the low-scoring bracket, which means that getting 2 kills is sometimes more important than going for this fight in this stage. So we'll see what they're able to lock down, as the pushes will need to come in the next 10 to 15 seconds for some of these teams to control. Prince just absolutely becoming ethereal, moving around like nobody could touch him, and apparently they can't.
Yeah, a ghost in the mist there. Just can't quite get him.
A fart in the wind.
Absolutely.
अर्को टिम हुँदा टोटल डिस्ट्रोयर हो कि द डिस्ट्रोयर भनिन्छ नि त्यो एउटा एउटा नेपाली नै हो भन्ने हो
fight with Manu. Will Scout be able to pick up the pieces? That's the question, as the blue is pushing them as well.
Manu very low. Oh, Paratosh is flushed. Manu walking away. Big nade there. His equipment is very much done. No meds, like you said. Retribution. Nice spot on the top of this hill right now. They will switch out the players. Godkill just trying to see if he can look over the edge, but he is exposing himself to so many other teams. There's the smoke. Providing the cover. Below. Scout getting in the knock on there with a Molotov. Really well done. And then hits onto Manu as well. Blind is now out in 9 on the 8 teams remaining in phase 7 as well.
Scout just still going, turning around and shooting over onto Payne as well. He's controlling the northern side just all on his lonesome. Managed to get Team KO as well. They are out of the running as Scout now opens a little bit more ground for him to try and push in.
The big boys here, Retribution and NEXX with 4 members remaining, 8-bit with 2, Hype with 2 as well, and then we just go down from there.
Next circle as well is going to go back to Retribution, still being able to control it. A nice wall for them to play in a mountainside as well. 8-bit just cowering in the shadows.
Scout going to have a really tough time moving in here. He has to move through Hype as well, though, before he can even get to Retribution. NEXX Uncut just hit the side there, but it's Scout who takes him down. Will go for that kill there. He has cover from Payne as well. That little ridge side providing him so much protection from all the teams up here on the compound, so he could easily go for that kill. But now NEXX will absolutely know where he is if they choose to make that crash into the walls.
The question is, have they been tracking the number of kills going over onto Xbox? Do they know that there's only 1 player left alive for them? Because if they don't, they might come a cropper. But a little bit of a fight with Cold Blood as Scout now engaged in another fray and comes out on top once more. This guy is a machine, a one-man army, and Xbox, you can see why they're sat at the top. This guy is on fire.
Knocks Payne out of the running. Scout still going. In comes the next. Oh my god! Huge spray coming from Scout. Does he live? No! Paradox and Swag so low there. Despite going down, I think he's pretty much put the nail in the coffin for NEXX right now.
They do find a similar bunker that it was there before for Scout. So now they can start to move along that hillside, move along that ridge line, and potentially think about pushing on up. 8-bit still have their shadows, and they will strike straight out from them.
Excellent spray from both players there. Retribution will steal the kill away from him. Now, a little bit of information to Army as well, meaning that he knows there is a player holding on the top side now. NEXX, they are making a move, trying to run up, using their advantage.
See a little bit of an underarm nade throw, just drop down. Flush them straight on out.
From Hype. A little bit of space right now.
Oh, he's right there.
Retribution, I think he does know. He absolutely does know.
Oh, he spots it.
Oh, the headshot. Easy peasy. Well played, Curio. Could hear the man scuffling around underneath him. And now Retribution. 4 members alive. NEXX, really tough spot for them. RV and Ash down below, they really don't have too much chances. They're just hoping to get that number 2 spot.
To be fair, it's not a bad idea actually to leave 8-bit alive, because they know they can't push up towards them. They'll have to wrap around the same, and you're creating more difficulty for NEXX to try and push on through, because you know that 8-bit are going to try and fight it.
This was probably the time to go for NEXX. They got a knock there. That's the best chance they would have had. But they've instead started to play quite passively, which is giving a lot of time for Retribution to recuperate, get that healing through. Swag goes to the pre-fight, doesn't find anything from it.
Hitman's up in the top of the window as well. We'll be able to bolt out when the time comes. NEXX, they need to think about making this push, because the zone is going to start to crunch down now. We're in phase 9. No one's going to be happy with it, but we are here. 3 teams still remaining as Snack starts to fire onto 8-bit. The thorn in the side that could potentially change everything.
There's got kill goes down. Curio on the
Post
top
down,
side.
yeah,
Will
go.
they get the knock onto him? No. They have to deal with 8-bit too. NEXX really dealing with so many fronts at the same time. Swag does go down. Looking to just get some kills in the end there. Snacks back out into the blue. This is going to take so much damage. Retribution finishing it off. Well played to them.
SYN one's there
Phase
now.
9 will crunch
8-bit.
everybody together. 8-bit.
No, 8-bit is
coming out
there,
on
bro.
top. Hang on a minute.
Retribution did not make it. RV by himself actually lives to the end. It was the circle that pushed Retribution out of the way.
What the
And
heck?
despite being in a really, really precarious
No,
situation,
8-bit is
it
this,
is 8-bit who will be walking away with the 20
SYN
points.
legit भन्दा मैले
I was certain it was Retribution. I was absolutely certain. But in the end, 8-bit able to hold it down. The shadows working out well for them. Fantastic then. Great, they picked themselves up a chicken dinner. Seems like playing a little bit cowardly and not getting taken down for it is the way to go for them in this situation. Beautifully done, able to just hide underneath and use Retribution essentially as their bodyguards. No one could push them. They would have been spotted out, they would have been taken down.
Yeah, I mean, I think NEXX also knew what the dealio was because they were trying to flush 8-bit out from underneath there. I
Magic guy.
wonder if
And कस्तो मैले सोचे SYN ले मारे जस्तो लाग्यो माथि
he
तिनजना
went
को जान
forward
बाकी
in the
थियो नि त.
end, and Ash was in the back potentially healing and got that last heal off which kept them alive from a lot of circle, whereas Retribution and NEXX taking a lot of fire from each other, so the circle just ticked for more on both of them. I mean, 8-bit are probably just as surprised as we are that they won that in the end.
Potentially. I mean, it was so chaotic. I have to take a look at the replays when it comes up. See exactly how it went down. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more clarity on exactly what happened, because Phase 9 obviously just going to close the circle entirely, so everybody has to make that move. And it becomes very, very chaotic. I have to say, though, you did highlight this during the final fight. NEXX, they didn't make a push early enough. They could have just gone up and tried to crash or tried to take down 8-bit and ladder up in terms of the points for placement. You know, that taking one team down there would have been worth 4 points to them, and that's the same as a squad wipe.
Yeah, they just were very, very unsure because they were, like I said, they were trying to deal with 8-bit and also Retribution too, until Retribution just started lobbing themselves off the cliff. They just wanted to get down there. Here's this last play. Now we'll really get to see exactly what happened. You can see in the back there, it is RV.
Is he healing
He's
up?
healing. He was healing. Yes, he was absolutely healing.
Okay, he's still up and available there. Everyone goes down.
That was
Ash,
the play.
I cannot believe
Yeah,
that.
Ash moves forward, creates space for
Fantastic.
RV, and RV heals in the circle, whilst everyone else, because they're preoccupied with each other, no one can sit on the floor healing. What an outstanding play from 8-bit. I don't think they were surprised at all to win that. I think that was absolutely calculated.
Fantastic.
That is very, very cool. A lovely bit of PUBG.
क्या हो
They
गया
win
भाई
it. They
क्या
win it
हो
with
गया
6 kills as
क्या
well.
हो
So
गया
nice
भाई हेर्न 8-bit ले
score
कस्तो
there.
तरिकाले जित्छ
26
नि लास्टमा.
certainly a nice turn.
सैनर्जीले म त सैनर्जीले जित्छ होला भनेको त
Gives them a little bit
Yeah.
of advantage moving forwards. Unfortunately, you know, Xbox going down in 6th, so they weren't able to repeat their performance.
How many kills did Scout did actually get in the
Scout
end?
only got four kills. I say only, got 4 kills. So very nice to see there. Here comes the scores coming in. 26 points, but 22 for
Signer's Retribution भन्नु छ
8
नि त.
kills as they were able to hold it down on the top of that hillside.
Really even in terms of kill points here. No one really had a massive amount of kills in the end. Xbox, they were kind of torn apart here and there, and Vashu was lurking, waiting, a little trap for a waste in the end. So a little bit unfortunate for them, but what a crazy game. What an insane game. I really enjoyed that one. Vikendi does create like these
Next
crazy
match
last
Miramar
circles
होता
there,
है.
because the terrain,
Next
like we
match
said before,
Miramar
it's
होता है.
very, very wacky.
Yeah, and there was a compound all the way right until the end. That's Vikendi through and through. The teams that have got more than 10 points should be happy with this performance in terms
They'll
of
destroy
you know,
13
having
person
the
and
power to
Nepali
move out of
no
these group
15
stages, which is
person.
really the name of the game at this stage. You don't need to be putting up huge numbers. But speaking of huge numbers, Orange Rock's still on 94, but Xbox have crossed that 3-digit threshold in total points.
PMCO South Asia viewers party.
Yeah, Orange Rock हेर्न 4 म्याच खेलेर 94 छ यार.
NEXX though still in 86. Again, we highlighted this team quite a lot.
Orange
They're
Rock ले लो
very
Orange Rock ले
consistent
4 गेम त खेलेछ नि त नि.
today.
भोलि फेरि
Very
उनीहरुको
well
छ होला.
into those last circles, into those top positions.
आज Orange
And
Rock
it seems, if you look at that, I think it was 47 points they had in terms of placement points, a little bit higher, than their actual kill points total. Here's the rest of the teams. As you can see, we go through 30 points, 40 points. Seems to be around about the good average you want to keep hitting.
Yeah, this is going to be
Elementrix कति यहाँ 50.
of course, all of these teams at risk, especially
I'd rather sold them
KO.
like
ठिकै छ उनीहरुको पनि 4 गेम बाँकी छ अझै.
Played 6 games, and and they're still on that page. That's really not where you want to be finding yourself.
ट्रस्ट दी प्रोसेस TDP 20 में से 20 में थियो 20 में रही छ
Clamber up as well against the powerhouse.
16 हेर न माखा
Although to be fair, 2 more games will do
पुरो
it.
स्काउट हेर न
हाई
स्काउट
ला हाई 25 में पुगेछ
त्यो हाइपको दुईजनाले यस्तो मिस्टेक गर्यो नि एउटा गएर पुरा स्नेक बनिएर बाहिर बसेर अनि एउटा
हिजो यो किल्स लिडर बोर्डमा उनी थियो सोल्टीको निमा
But it's fantastic.
9 किल हाने थियो
Still topping it out. 4 games.
14 किल हानेछ होला
That's 3 point.
अहिले त 14 किलो ओरेन्जको हिजो दियो नि माका ओरेन्जले क्या हान्यो सबे भोलि त झन् पार पटाइदिन्छ सबको साथले
4 kills. You're doing a lot of work for your team.
दामी खेल्छ नि ओरेन्ज रक्टरले त
Anyway, guys, we're going to go to a very, very short break, and we'll be back with you for match number 3, which will be on Miramar. So we'll see you guys there very, very soon.
म्याच नम्बर 3 मिरामार
Just see them pass. They have rocked up. It's all 4 members. Drops out. Will he find one? Yes, he does. There goes the knock. He's got. You know, it's just all 3 of them. Oh, VLT right in the corner. Assassin does go down. But already, Orange Rock taking some shots from the sidelines.
They're able to get it done. Prince will be there. We'll spot this one out. Goes up for the spray.
Excellent spray there, John.
Wins out the trade. Nicely done. And Anthony's head fires over onto Orange Rock. 8-bit.
Just move about, make sure they get a better position.
Oh dear.
Oh,
मगरमा
God.
घर नै डाल्दिएर होला
Bye-bye. Thank you.
बाइ बाइ थ्यांक यू
Super useful to create 2 angles, as they are looking to do so right now. Looks like Ignite's going to have the res instead. In a very obvious position.
8-bit Prince
Corner goes for that shot. It's going to be nice and easy. But it is Pfizer from the side. That's the double angle I was talking about. And that is MSX out. Can't stay there. Look, you better do. You've got to what? Get in.
No, okay.
नम्बर 1 मा एचको देखाउँदै रहेछ
He's
यार
alive still. Man goes down. Finally taken out by the Zova. In comes the spray.
Hydra.
एउटा स्प्रेमा दुईजना जाँदा रहेछ मोबाइल हम 10-15 जना भइदियो रेड हान्न जानुहुन्छ यार
Oh, here's you go for I set up one. यो जो होइन कि यो जु हो रे यो जुले
रोइदैले भने दिवस पारिराखेको मलाई काम छैन दिवस पारिराखेको
PUBG Lite को एड PUBG Lite को मैच 10 मिनट को रे हाम्रो त नका 30 मिनट जान्छ 60 प्लेयर्स र 10 मिनट मैच
केमा Sixty players 10-minute match
lighter but more accelerating graphics त एउटै लाग्छ देख्दा फेरि
त्यो त लाइट को हैन त तर PUBG मोबाइल लाइट र PUBG मोबाइल डिफरेन्ट रहेछ है
नेटवर्क के भन्छ नका
के भयो
चल्दैन
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden. I will find a light in your soul, I'll be there. Never leaving you in the darkness.
Who down well?
Even when you're out of focus, I will
के
be the light in your life, you're secret.
एमएल को
ML
I'll be your unspoken
तेरा 300 डाउनलोड भइसक्यो
मलाई चाहिँ त्यो मोबाइल लेजेन्डमा त्यो फ्रेन्डली त्यो छ नि त्यो बटरफ्लाई टाइपको के त्यो सोड घुमाएर हान्छ नि अति ओभर पावर रहेछ भनेर मलाई एड गऱ्यो न
Chinese सबलाई
Baby, you can count on me now. When you're falling down, 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 I will find a light in your soul. I'll be there. Even when you're out of focus, I will be the light in your secret. I'll be your inspiration. 'Cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your heart and temptation. 'Cause I know that you'll make it on your own. I'll be your inspiration. 'Cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your heart and temptation. 'Cause I know that you'll make it on your own.
के छ मसँग म आफै थाहा छैन यार
On your own.
यो एड गर्ने कहाँबाट हो बे
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming
ठुलो भयो ठुलो
home, Savannah,
के भयो रे
ठुलो होइन
Savannah.
के
मोबाइल लेजेन्ड बे
मोबाइल लेजेन्ड खोल्नु भनेको थियो र तिमीले
Let's all take a Savannah.
मोबाइल लेजेन्ड खोलेर मलाई एड गर भने के बे
Lions gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand
थुक्का
for the people.
पबजी पो खोलेछु फेरि
And let's go back to when we were young.
तो बानी बसेको
As we stand. Let's go back
मैले पहिला उ खेल्थेँ के अरे
to a song.
हिरो सिम्बल
होइन के भन्नु छ
फेन गलोरी
होइन त्यो कुनै अर्को छ कि होइन खोलेर भन्छु एरिना भ्यालर के
एरेना फेलेर
यस्तो रहेछ कि एउटा त्यही भएर खेल्न आएको मलाई
ऱ्याङ्कै खेल्न मिल्दैन के रिस उठ्दैन
भन त कताबाट एड गर्नु
नेक्स्ट जेन
नट फाउन्ड
NEXX है ना स्पेस GEN
ये सर्च गरेको के आएन आईडी भन्न त आईडी होला नि तिमीले खोलेछ गेम
खोला छ है
आईडी हेर
5122
5122 ल
हेलो हजुर 5122 849 28
हेर फलो मैले फलो ब्रेक गर
JV जस्ट भन्ने हो कहाँ फलो गर्नुको त्यो
फ्रेन्ड्समा जाऊ न
फलो
भयो
ग्रान्ड मास्टर फोरम तिम्रो भए
जमानामा त्यो
म कति देखाउँछु मलाई Elite 3 रहेछ साउन्ड ठुलो मिथिक रहेछ होइन
मिथिक ग्लोरी क्लासिकमा त जुन लिएर नि आउँदैन
मेरो फेभरेट कुन हो र
म जेरी गरेको फेभरेट भन्ने नि सिनेमा त कतिवटा हेरेको छ त्यो पनि थाहा छैन मलाई धेरै भयो connecting what back hero ni to
JV को नाम के हो जो जुड़ा है
होइन के साथीले अकाउन्ट लग्यो त नेम चेन्ज हान्दिएर नि नेम कार्ड नै छैन मसँग 800 रुपैयाँमा डायमन्ड किन्नु पर्छ
मलाई खेल्ने आउनु भने लेला र यो हो के
ट्याङ्क लिनु पर्थ्यो के अरे मैले ट्याङ्क लिएन नेटै रिकनेक्टिङ भइतिर
के छैन
अझै कनेक्टिङ देखाइरहेछ डिस्कर्डमा त
सुरु भएको गेम चाहिँ
डेटा नि डाउनलोड गर्छ न कि गेमको मान्छे नै देखिन्न
माथि त सब इन्डियनमा छ साला
गुवाङ कृष्ण कस्टिङ
यसमा पनि पिङ्क आइ भइदिनु रहेछ यार
पिङ यसमा झन् हाई भयो भने चल्दै चल्दैन यसमा Legends never die. That was me.
मैं तो फुटबल खेलने को गए तिमी हो
के रे
फुटबल खेलने को भने के
तिमी पछि लाउड के साउन्ड यहाँ साउन्ड कम गर्नु पर्यो लाउड ना कष्ट नाम दिया
स्किमैक्सको बे यो एन्जल जस्तो बे को टाढा पनि ठोक्ने रहेछ भने
dried out tears of sorrow,
मेरो पावर नै जाँदैछ कि जाँदैन देख्दिन
lacking all emotion,
ए म मन लाग्यो
barrel waiting for the final
म ब्याक गएँ
to open
माथि टप लेन कोही पनि छैन बे
to wake you tomorrow.
यो
कसो होला एउटा पुरा चल्नुपर्छ
Following the light that sets me
बाँच्यो मेरो डेटा सबै डाउनलोडै भएको छैन त्यही भएर केही देख्दैन पावर छ दोकान देख्दैन मेरो नेट नै चल्यो छैन कि क्या हो मर्दैन मर
को मरे बे
जिलाउँ
तल पुछाम Razer
more than lovers, destined to find one another. Like lightning and thunder, can't have one without the other.
बाँचेर गयो पनि जल छैन मेरो
यसको माथि यो फोन पनि घुमिरहेको को यो फोन पनि घुमिरहेको
सैन्य त्यसलाई ठोक्छ छेउमा न त दुईजना छ एट्याक अन टाइटन वाला हो क्या त्यो I didn't mean to press that one. Don't go. You will die.
टावर गयो हाम्रो
मेरो माना नि छैन जाऊ यो ड्रामा लिस्टमा हाने छ यार भाग कान्छ भाग
ल त्यसलाई खाइदिएर टावरमा
मुनि मरिरहेछ यिनीहरू कस्तो
Past the rings of Saturn, across the Milky Way, where it's waiting diamonds, we'll return someday. Speaking without words, in perfect harmony, I'll run away with you.
ए मलाई मारे बे घेरेर चारजनाले
It was written in the stars. Oh, it can't be told.
एक बिल्डे बस्न ड्याट से कैसे
त्यो फेनी अति बिल्डअप भइसक्यो माथि ग्याङ गर्नु 5 यार त्यो मैच
नजाऊ क्या अहिले नजाऊ सबै छ
जाउँछ न ओ मामा 715 घटाइदिएर बे रिचर्डले
No. Wah, kan sampai.
Lama mati dah. Yo, wing wala ko ya.
अब देखेंगे सही कौन से विंग वाला या आलू काट के गर्दै सबे
आइन्छ त PUBG ओपन गरेर हेर लाइभ
एटेक स्पिड बनाउनु पर्छ हैन
म एउटा क्यारेक्टर किन्नु पर्यो कि कुन चाहिँ क्यारेक्टर किन्नु कि फेनी किन्नु म नि मलाई ग्याङ्किङ आउँछ आउनु त हैन त तल
fall back अगाडि आउँदैछ
बिचमा हाने ओ स्कीमा कि को बे कस्तो हाने बे म त PUBG भन्दा रोमान्स लाग्दाले हो उसको
पहिले म रातभरि खेलेर बस्थे
फर्स्ट टप लेन खेले
म रातभरि खेल्थे बिहान उठेर पनि खेल्थे खेले गर्थेँ पनि सर्दैको
लाठी रहेछ टावर बिच टावर पनि जानु भयो
टावर गयो ड्यामेज छैन त्यो
प्रब्लम गयो म स्कोर गर्नु
दुईजना के गर्दैछ घरमा त्यत्रो टाढा भाग्दैन ओहो यो आयो इदो
त्यसको एउटा मार्क्सम्यानलाई त उडाइदिएँ मैले होइन मलाई 4 जनाले घेरेर हाने म लेला लिएर खेल्नु भन्नु
ए मेरो फेरि यो डेटा डाउनलोड नभएर के देखेको छैन पावरै हाने देखेको छैन मैले गर्छ कि नै त्यही थाहा छैन ओए डोन्ट ब्रो डोन्ट
नाइस त्यो गयो
Rod क्यों non रिकनेक्टिङ भइदिरहेको
म बटम लाइन गर्न गइरहेको छु बटम लाइन खानु मिल्छ होला
अलमोस्ट फिनिश बाँचेकै
स्कीमा कि आज ल त्यसलाई उसले खाइरह्यो मिनेलले मारिदियो त्यसलाई हो
आलु काट गयो तीनजनाको माझमा कस्तो स्मुला
स्कीमा कि यो कस्तो हानेको यो पखेटावालाले यार
साला अलमोस्ट गएको नि हो
लाइभ बन्द गरिदिनु